He slid the prenup across the table like it was a death sentence. "Sign it," he said, lips curling into a smirk that dripped with contempt. "I won't let a poor man like you steal my daughter's money." 4 days before my wedding, 4 days before the life I thought I wanted. I stared at the thick packet of paper, my fiancée, my bride-to-be, sitting silent beside him. She didn't defend me, didn't even meet my eyes. Her hands were folded neatly in her lap like a well-trained child. That silence told me everything. This wasn't protection, this was a setup. Backstory. I met Emily 5 years earlier, when I was stupid enough to believe in love stripped of calculation. She was radiant, magnetic, the kind of woman who filled every room. I thought she saw me, not my watch, not my car, not the suit I wore that day. We built memories fast, trips, promises, whispered plans at 2 a.m. I thought it was real. I thought she chose me, not what I could become. But her father, Richard, had been circling me since day one, testing, probing, sneering at every detail he thought gave me away. He believed I was a nobody, a paycheck-to-paycheck dreamer lucky to be in his orbit. And Emily never corrected him, not once. The discovery. The first crack appeared a year before the wedding. I caught her whispering on the phone late at night. I heard words that didn't fit the woman I thought I knew. "He doesn't even know, Dad. Trust me, it's handled." Handled. Me. That night while she slept, I opened her laptop. Password, her birthday. Pathetic. Emails between her and Richard painted the picture clearly. To them, I was a placeholder, a fool too blinded by love to see the cage being built around me. The prenup was just the final lock. They wanted me loyal, trapped, legally powerless. But they'd made one mistake. They assumed I was poor. The shift. I didn't rage. I didn't confront her that night. Emotion is weakness when you're hunting predators. I closed the laptop, kissed her forehead, and whispered, "I love you," like nothing had changed. Inside, I made a promise. They would choke on their arrogance. What they didn't know was simple. I wasn't some broke romantic. I had built my own empire quietly. A startup I sold 2 years before meeting Emily left me with $29 million spread across silent accounts and discreet trusts. I lived modestly on purpose. I let them believe their own lies. And now, I had a plan. The setup. The next morning, I called my lawyer, a man sharper than any of Richard's overpaid sharks. We drafted my counterplan in silence. Step 1, sign the prenup. Smile while doing it. Pretend defeat. Step 2, insert clauses they wouldn't notice, hidden in legalese, buried in their arrogance. Protections, reversals, stipulations that would, in the right light, bleed them dry instead of me. Step 3, wait. Patience is the weapon most men refuse to sharpen. Execution. 4 days later, I sat in Richard's study again. The same smug grin stretched across his face. Emily beside him, still silent. I lifted the pen. My hand didn't shake. I signed every page with a calm precision that unnerved them. "Smart choice," Richard muttered. He thought he'd won. But winning isn't declared in whispers. It's declared when the knife twists. The wedding. The ceremony was lavish, paid for by Richard, orchestrated like a corporate merger, not a marriage. I played the part, kissed the bride, smiled for the cameras, and all the while, the inked clauses sat waiting in that contract like dormant landmines. The turn. The shift came months later. The marriage wasn't love, it was theater. Emily played the doting wife, but her eyes were elsewhere. Richard still treated me like an unwelcome tenant in his kingdom. And then Emily slipped. careless. I found messages to another man, a man she called Escape. I didn't need rage, I needed timing. Divorce proceedings began. Richard pushed her forward, confident their prenup had me cornered, that I'd walk away empty-handed, humiliated. Courtroom, paperwork, theatrics, and then the bomb detonated. My lawyer slid forward our version of the prenup, the version Richard hadn't cared to read carefully enough. The clauses they thought were harmless were, in fact, weapons. Assets weren't locked to Emily. They were split proportionally based on net worth increases during the marriage. My net worth, not hers, not Richard's. And because Emily had lived off me during our marriage, because Richard had injected funds into her accounts under my shared name, those numbers were astronomical. By the time the calculation settled, it wasn't me walking away stripped. It was Emily. It was Richard. Their wealth funneled into mine, legally bound, airtight. Richard's smirk evaporated in real time. Emily's face crumbled like glass. The confrontation. After the ruling, Richard stormed across the courtroom. His voice cracked like a whip. "You planned this."